Hello, everyone. Just wanted to give you a little update about the preaching today, the open air preaching in Jonesborough at the old courthouse. I just now got back in the car. We were out there for about an hour. Didn't stay too long because it's still pretty cold. The air is cold, and when you're preaching, you're just sucking it in, and we thought it would be best if we stopped after an hour. A lot of good things happened today, and just to share some of these with you. Sometimes I get there early when we preach here, and I just go and kind of scope out the location. And I always notice that before we get started preaching, there's foot traffic in front of the courthouse on that sidewalk. And then the way it's set up in Jonesborough, you cross the street and then there's another sidewalk with those storefronts over there. But when we start preaching, it seems like all the foot traffic goes to the other side of the road. They don't want to walk by us. Not everybody. Some still walk by. But a lot of them do go and cross over to the other side of the road so they can somehow avoid interacting with the preachers. But today, there was a little boy and his dad and their dog, and they were on the other side of the road. But the dad come over with the little boy and told me while Brother Spencer was preaching that the little boy, who seemed like maybe he might have been 5 years old, the little boy told his dad that he wanted to come over closer so he could hear the preaching. And that was wonderful. That's worth it all right there. And as Spencer and I were talking a minute ago, the Lord might have used that little boy to bring his dad over, where his dad could hear the preaching too, because they hung out there for several minutes, and heard a lot of truth in that amount of time. Several folks took gospel tracts today. Some refused the gospel tracts. Please help us pray for all. I would say probably about 50 people were passing by today in the hour's time that we were out there. That's just an estimate. So all of them would have heard some portion of the preaching. And then I tried to stream on YouTube today, and I think I was successful with that. And I saw on YouTube, because I'm kind of new at streaming on YouTube. I've been streaming on Facebook for years, but still kind of new to streaming on YouTube. And it seems like we're getting more viewers when we do stream on YouTube than we ever did on Facebook. That's what I'm noticing, because at one point we had 24 people watching concurrently on YouTube, on the YouTube stream. So they got to hear some preaching today. That might not be a big deal to a lot of folks, but that's, to me, I just think that's amazing. I think it's wonderful. So thank you for praying for us, and we would appreciate your prayers for all who heard the gospel today as well in Jonesborough, Tennessee. God bless.